Hello there guys and welcome back to LazyBeast's Mythic Adventure. Now let's see what we got in the first vault opening of Season 3. So, I got no tier in the first vault, but never mind. So, for me it basically came down to these shoulders, which were a pretty nice upgrade from my Season 2 shoulders, or this Ring of Contempt, which had really good stats, but my priority at the minute is to kind of get the 4 set, even though the 4 set is a bit pants for Guardian Druid at the minute. So I figured that the best play would be to take these shoulders and later on convert them into tier, because we will of course keep that avoidance on there as well. I saw that on Icy Veins and a few of the other websites that Guardian Druid is ranked the worst tank in this season for tanking Mythic keys. And also it's not doing pretty good in the raid either. So that kind of sucks, you know, when your main is ranked the worst, because obviously you start to worry that you're not going to get invited to keys and things like that, which hasn't been an issue for me so far. So here's how we're doing with the Mythic Plus keys so far. We've done a couple of 15s. This one was nicely timed by +2. This one was not timed, and that is because we happened to be boosting someone's Death Knight who was in the group. He was sat at about 420 eye level, so that obviously didn't go very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and do my key now and show you that Guardian Druid is not the worst tank. Well, I mean, maybe it is, but it can still do everything that a tank should be able to do, and sometimes it excels in certain areas. So the key I have for today is a level 15 Waycrest Manor, so let's get in the queue and see who we can find. So we've got a little chamois there. He's probably wanting the trinket if he's an elemental one, so we'll give him a little invite because he can give us our lust. In fact, you know what, I better wait, hadn't I, and just see. Take the hunter, the org, come on little augmentation. Oh, got a little trio there. Now, sometimes trios are so good and sometimes they're absolutely terrible because they're trying to kind of boost someone. So I'm going to pass on them, seeing as I've got these two guys in. Need ourselves a little little DPS. So we've got the lust with the augmentation. Got Druid there. Druids are doing good this one as well. Got a little priest. Nah, them. I'm gonna go with the priest. Now we just need ourselves a healer. It's such a good idea with getting the little portals out, because last time they were just the 3 little portals behind the little Pandaren NPC, weren't they? But this one, this is a much better way of doing it, I think. So we just need a healer. Where the hell is the thing? There you go, Drustvar people. So now the wait begins for a healer. Now I don't know about you, but finding healers in this season so far seems to be the hardest part of getting any group for anything. Whether that's a mythic key or the raid. Healers just don't seem to be healing. Maybe they're off on some sort of spiritual retreat somewhere in the woods. Quite like this dungeon, to be honest. The only thing with this dungeon as a tank is trying to find the bloody way to go, because it used to be the case that certain doors would be open at certain times when you went in, depending on the day or something, or the rotation of the southern moon in the western facing front quadrant, whatever the hell that means. But I think now pretty much every door is just open, so you can go anywhere you want. I haven't looked at a route for this because I'm trying to not do that, because it's just stressful trying to always stick to the same route, making sure you've pulled the exact right packs. I'd rather just go in there, do the route that I pretty much know from back in the day, and hope for the best. Now these guys are obviously fairly big. They've all got really good score from last season. Oh, there we go, a little healer. Yes, there we go, little chamois heals, that'll get us going. A koi. So we'll summon him over, and then we'll go and see how we get on. Yeah, so massive spells on a 2-minute cooldown, so I'm not going to do any huge big pulls here, because we do have bursting to contend with. Buff everyone up with that. So maybe we'll just do like a... Get these guys on this side, drag them all in. We'll get these as well. I forgot what the second affix was, but never mind. And of course now it's... what have we got? Bursting. Oh, the entangling one where we just get rooted, basically. That's what we've got to deal with this time. Gonna heal that guy. And we're going to go this way. We should get a little witch coming in the middle there. Where is she? There she is, the little orb there. There we go. Come on, Susan. I'm going to bring her around here, because we do have a little patrol that comes down. How's the damage looking? You never want to see yourself as a tank near the top, but we do have an evoker, of course, an augmentation evoker, so that's kind of fair enough, isn't it? Chuck some heals out on our healer friend there. The heal that you get from that, by the way, that druid talent, is actually pretty big. And I am pretty much just using the standard Wowhead build for these talents here. So we're going to go through here, we're going to clear the sides of the room just in case, because you don't want to be pulling those things into the boss fight. Especially when it's on Tyrannical now, so these bosses are going to be a bit more deadly this week. Dodge the frog pools unsuccessfully. Go over this side to just clear that, just in case. I could get away without doing this, but obviously in a pug you just never know what you're going to be faced with, so it's easy to just clear and be safe. And last time I was in here I did do too much trash. Maybe I scuffed the route a little bit. Right. Let's go. So I'm going to pop me cooldown straight away just because I'm going to take a fair bit of damage going straight into this. Get me dots up on everybody else. Oh, I see. So the entangling is a little circle on the floor. I thought that would just root us all, to be honest. It's one of those fights that gets easier as it goes on. Especially once one of them dies, you got less stuff to deal with. First, we'll be back to these guys just so they're hitting them from behind, just in case that makes any difference. To be honest, on a boss, I'm not really sure it does. It would be good here to get the little heal. This guy's taking a fair bit of damage. There we go, so she'll get the iris now. Crappy camera angle, isn't it? But never mind. Oh yeah, so that's what Entangled is. Do you know, I've completely forgotten. Because that was one of the newly changed ones, wasn't it, from this season, so fair enough. She's got the iris now, so we'll start slapping on her, give the Hunter some healing. Hunter's kind of notorious for not having the best sort of defensives and self-heal, so we'll help that guy out where we can. I do remember that we used to always start off on this boss in pugs, because if you couldn't do this boss, you couldn't do the rest of the dungeon pretty much, so this is always like the play to go with this one first. If the group failed, the pug would just fall apart, simple as that. Saves you wasting 3 hours of your life. So as a druid, one of the reasons why I love playing a druid, you've got a lot of utility. Yes, maybe the rotation is a bit dull. Yes, you know, you might be quite resistant, sorry, not resistant to, weak to magic damage, of course, but there's ways around that, you know. So I wanted to try something a bit different with this video, because you may have watched the first sort of episode of the Mythic adventure, and I'm not sure with that, it takes a lot of effort to do those kind of videos, and not many people seem to watch it, so I don't know if people really enjoy it. And obviously I'd rather put my time into something that people do enjoy, so if you prefer this way of watching that kind of content, then of course do let me know, because I'll bear that in mind. Wow, big burst in there. Not great, we can make use of the little totem there from the chamois. I'm not going to use my battle res, because obviously, yeah, it should just release. It would have been a bit of a waste there to use my combat res. Because obviously with the bosses being tyrannical now, we could do to save that. I mean, we'll get another charge of it when that little bar there ticks up to the top. So that's another really good thing about having a druid. Of course, a druid tank, it doesn't need to be a tank. It can be a balanced druid, a feral druid, resto druid. But those battle reses definitely have saved me in the past from, you know, a completely knackered up dungeon. Just keep it flowing. Used to be a little bug that you could cheese with that fire, by the way. Don't know where they came from, but that's not good. Now, is he going to release Mr. Shabby? Lots of damage going off here. Not entirely sure what happened there, and I probably should know, but there we go. Might be able to live this. Maybe not. Magic damage for you, isn't it? Maybe I should have. There we go. Let them reset. I don't know why they pulled, but never mind. We go again. We go again. So an annoying thing that happens every now and then is overlapping your kicks, especially in a pug when you can't really coordinate it. The Demon Hunter kicked it just as I was pressing my key, so we end up just overlapping kicks there. I have no idea what the shaman is shouting there. Oh, Bouchway. I have not a clue what that means. So ideally where I can, I'm chucking out my big regrowth instant cast on someone that doesn't have as great self-heals as me, because obviously I've got frenzied regen that I can use for that. So as long as I've got 2 charges of that, I'm pretty happy. So I'll pop that. I'll pop it on myself now because it was only me that had any damage. Alright, straight into the boss. Everyone's here. So we'll see how we get on. So with this one, we're just going to drag the guy through the fire patches to stop him from keeping all these stacks of stuff, which does more damage to us. Break the thorns when somebody gets stoned, because that is going to render them useless for a time. So I think I will drag this guy into some fire round about now. Oh, there we go. It moved just to keep me on my toes. Pop him in the fire. It will burst damage onto the group, but it will stop him stacking damage and slapping me really hard as well. Break this guy out. Chuck a heal on him. So yeah, this last week I think this guy was dead already. We just did this on the 9, so obviously it was a lot easier. But yeah, it just kind of show you how much easier it is. So we're gonna get him in there because get our guy out over here. So I think with Entangled, each individual person sees their own entangled circle, so it's not like too much going on the screen, which is quite a nice way of doing it. Let's get the guy out, and then get this guy into this fire here. Come on, mate. That's such an awkward place to put it. How do I get him in the fire? I'll go over it. Because obviously 100% damage is a bit hefty to deal with, isn't it? Pink can here. Get our little mate out. Do a little thingy again. I don't know if the healer's getting annoyed with me here because it seems like I'm doing this quite a lot, and obviously it's a lot for him to deal with when that goes off. So I'll just try now to just tank it, which is the end of the game, I guess. Healer's mana's getting a little bit low. Doesn't seem too harsh for me. Obviously, I just don't want to get like a crush off and it end up deleting me, but there we go. He's dead anyway. Alright, so pig room. I think we're doing pretty decent for time. Get the entangled gone. Now then, do these do bursting? No. The pig... Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do. But he stunned them, so they didn't burst because of that. We'll go outside. It was requested. Now, this is going to hurt. Oh, no, these are maggots. I'm not sure why they are marked. Now, one thing I need to get better at is not sitting there at full rage, because obviously that's just a waste of stuff that I could be doing. Either more damage or more mitigation, so something I definitely need to be mindful of there. Bit of a saucy burst, wasn't it? So what we'll do, we'll get these guys from over here, pull these out. And just wait until they come to me so I can cast my Thrash, or whatever the fuck it's called. He definitely wants them to come outside, doesn't he? He must have had a bad experience in the past. To be fair, the last time I did this dungeon on a 9, we did wipe in the corridor. We had I pulled quite a few packs, and then we had someone butt pull as well, so that obviously stacked up to a pretty nasty conclusion. Get this kind of patrol guy, because if he pulls the boss there, obviously it doesn't really matter. Dodge the dinner bell. A little silence. Get out of the entangling. Definitely casting Moonfire too when I don't need to cast Moonfire. Part of this build, I just did it again even though I just said it, whoops. Yeah, but part of this build is, you know, you either go the physical kind of build or you go the Moonfire type build, and this one is definitely not the Moonfire type. So we're going to pull them. That'll be our last pack now. Before we do the boss. Take them all the way outside as requested. I mean, this seems like it's going to add a little bit of time to the key, of course, but I guess if it's safer, that's going to then overall save time, isn't it? To avoid any wipes. Right. Boss time, we got Lust up. It's probably a good idea to lust this boss as well, because it's get a little bit hectic. So we'll rush in. Lust the boss. Off we go. Everyone in. Let's do it. Now we'll see if he does lust, because I'm not sure if he will. There you go. It does make sense, because he can get pretty rough, this guy, at times. So the Oozlings are going to put some pools on the floor. Dodging stuff. That's awkward entangled. Rush in there. I'm not sure if this boss does, but sometimes a boss, if there's nobody in melee range, they will cast damage and shit on people that don't need to get hit. So just pretty mindful there to get in pretty quick. Now here's another example where druids are nice, because we've got our little Ursol's Vortex. So what I can do is suck some of the mobs back in. I'm going to place that there. Should get 2 of them hopefully. We've also got Typhoon, so I'm going to knock this guy away. You see there, they got pushback. He's going to get consumed. It's not great for us. But again, I can't even remember what that does. I think it gives the boss a stacking debuff or he heals or something. It's not good for him to consume the mobs, that's for sure. But we did pretty good there. And we should be able to get him down before anybody else comes. Vortex is on cooldown, but we got Typhoon back. So I'll try and push 2 of those back in one. Boss definitely going to go down, so 2 mobs push back, that'll do. As long as he doesn't heal from them, we'll be fine. There we go. Okay, we'll take that. Now trash-wise, that's something you also don't want to mess up in this dungeon, like I did last time. Let's get out of the entangling before that hurts. Now I'm pretty sure that the big sort of mages here, the sort of Waycrest mage type mobs like this one here, the witches, I'm pretty sure they give quite decent count, because they're kind of like lieutenant mobs, aren't they? So let's see. 66 at the minute. I'm going to guess about 3%, 4%, 2%. Nah. That matron Marona, or whatever she's called down here, she'll give good count. Yes, you. We'll get her in now, actually. Just while she's safe, because she does pat for the whole thing, so. Matron Alma. That was close. At times I do wish I had more sort of group heals than what I do. Because after the wildfire, you can't really control that one, can you? It's just sort of, you know, you can control it, but at times you've not got enough rage kind of pooled up spent to make the most of it, and sometimes it pops off. You know, if you need to cast active mitigation and it pops off, and then the groups take big damage. Then the group takes big damage. It's not ideal, but you know, I guess it is what it is. We're going to take this one as well, just because I feel like we're a bit low on trash. I think it should be about 80% at least before we go down. Ah, shit. Didn't see that one. Just going to ask these guys. So he just said percent, which isn't the most helpful, but I guess we are fighting. Oh, 90. There you go. Perfect. When in doubt, just ask. Right. So we'll do a biggie. Just need all these. I do not think this is going to get us to 90, but we'll see. I do know what we could do. If not, we could pop up and do some of the trash from upstairs. I'll tell you what, face these guys this way. That'll help the group, won't it? To not have to avoid that big dodgy. Yeah, it's not really giving us as much as I would have hoped, but there we go. Whatever that mob was, didn't seem to give us any percent. Really? Now I think this is gonna be tricky. Yeah, so it's not going to quite get us to 90, I don't think, but we'll whiz down. If we can get them 2 bosses done, we can get this key timed. So Stampede and Roar again, nice bit of druid utility. We'll go down. There's the 2 big, kind of 2 packs of witch mobs down here, and there's also the kind of dog mobs that are going to come once we've killed the boss as well when we drop down. So definitely going to pull these up to not get too big of a pull. Get out of that. Go back because, again, it does get very messy down there if you get too many mobs, especially with bursting, I would imagine. Okay. Shut down the healer. So yeah, say the bosses take 5 minutes each. You know. Ah, I'm gonna get stuck. Oof. Something really hurts in this pack because last time we wiped here as well. Whatever that cast was that just went off. It hurts like mad. Move away. From the circle. Oh yeah, that. The massive bloody circle on the floor. That would explain it. I do need to make a mouse over macro for that. Oh, that wasn't the circle. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Of course it was. Right. Let's go. And I think there's about 6 dogs in the pack, so that should be enough to get the old trash count complete. Dodge all the swirlies. So we've got our 2 battle reses there. Obviously that's going to do us good going forward. That guy's going to want to not spread the old frog poison thing. We dodge again. Cannot see a damn thing. Didn't last very long. So she will be coming over probably after the next time we get this guy down to low. Pathogen to avoid. Couldn't even say it then. Okay, so next time, here she is. So I'm going to pop Incarn there, just with a bit more damage. Get her down as quick as we can. I'm going to kick that. Not entirely sure what it does, but it had a funny name, so we're just going to kick it anyway. I'm so knowledgeable, aren't I, about all these dungeons. It just goes to show you don't need to take them that seriously. You can just go in there, have some fun, as long as you're not being, you know, disruptive to the group, and you're making some effort to, you know, be a good player. Because obviously we all hate people that just come in and troll. But yeah, let's move. Down she goes. I've still got 11 minutes for the next bit. So everyone with me. Let's all drop down together. I'm also not sure if... Oh, drop down please. Don't be up there. There you go. I hate it when they do that. Oh, Evoker's on his way. I guess we must have Master Spell up for bursting there. But this should definitely finish off the old trash can. Gives us 10 minutes for the boss, which is pretty nice. So let's see here. When's he going to use Master Spell? 3 stacks is fine. 5 is fine, so probably would, if it was me, I probably would have used it there, but we're all good. Okay. Last boss it is. Now, does he want mana? Is he good? He's having a little drink there. Let's go. And we got lost. Oh my goodness. Awesome. So it's the tricky bit here is with the ads, isn't it? And you get a little pouch on the floor to throw on the ads. So we've got a nice BM hunter there. So it's going to be probably his job mainly because his mobility is unlimited. So he can sort out the pouches there. You pick them up off the floor. And then you chuck them on to the mobs that have died to stop them from respawning. Every time he does Dread Essence. And ideally we want to kick Death Lens as well. Again, I can't quite remember what it does. But it's not good for anybody. Kick on that. I think me and the healer there are nicely rotating our kicks. Little pouch, good job guys, they're on it. No, that didn't really work. I was trying to kick the cast there, but that did not work at all. I'm going to pop in can again just because it's worth just always using your cooldown, so I don't particularly need it right now, but it is more damage, so it's always useful. He's nearly down. So I'm not sure it's going to be a timed key, obviously, providing we don't wipe on something insane. Will it be a plus 1, plus 2? I'm not quite sure. Well, it remains to be seen. But overall, though, pretty smooth key. There we go. Lovely. Some nice braces, which I don't need. Who can have them? Nobody. Good, I can't even trade them. I don't need them because I've got the old... see, I've got my crafty braces there, so I don't need them. What is... Oh, he's got the Hearthstone from the raid boss. Let's watch him. So cool. Let's have a look at the damage. Look at the priest. Taken off to the sky. Okay, lovely. I think it was definitely a good idea to bring the Shadow Priest there. One, because he was pretty good. His damage is pretty nice, obviously. And obviously BM Hunters usually never let you down, does a BM Hunter. Evoker there to buff everybody else. And, yeah, you can see. Guardian Druid. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Now, what key have we got? I can never find my key in my bags. Maybe I should sort my bags out. Maybe. But that's too much effort. Okay, what key did we get? I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to type key in the search bar. Key. Ooh, 17. The Everbloom. Now that is, yeah. I think I might actually try that, you know. Because I've always been a bit scared, guys. I'm going to be honest. You know, you get a big key like that and you think, oh, maybe I should pass on that. Because it's going to be tricky. But... you know what? We should probably just try it, shouldn't we? What's the worst thing that can happen is the group falls apart and it gets downgraded to a 16. What's the big deal? There is no big deal. So there we go. Nearly at 1500 rating now. So that was the only one we've done on Tyrannical as well as Fortified just for now. So that one is pretty much ticked off. If I was just going for Keystone Master, I'd probably leave that dungeon now and work on the other ones. If I get Dark Heart Thicket on a 15 as well, that'll probably give us around 260, 270 score. So that one would be ticked off too. And that would also give us 20 kind of points leeway to maybe get one of these ones on a lesser score. Because you don't have to get them all the time plus 15 anymore to get Keystone Master, if that's what you're going for. Alright guys, so that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching, especially if you made it all the way through that. It was quite a long video compared to what I normally put out. I'm still figuring out how I want to exactly go forward with this kind of series, so bear with me as I kind of tweak things as we go. But as always, I do appreciate your feedback in the comments. Well, thank you very much for watching guys. I've been LazyBeast, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.